Assalamu Alaikum. I'm Marwa Mohkum Sheikh. Welcome to Naramis. On August 20th, 2025, India carried out yet another high-profile missile test. According to the Ministry of Defense, the Agni-V intermediate range ballistic missile was successfully launched from the integrated test range in Chandipur, Odisha. Although India had initially issued a NOTAM that signaled a possible intercontinental ballistic missile test, the actual flight was capped at just under 4,800 kilometers. That is noticeably short of what the Agni-V has long been advertised to achieve. So, was this simply a technical limitation or part of India's pattern of strategic overstatement? What really raised eyebrows was India's decision to suddenly rebrand the Agni-V. For years, New Delhi proudly labeled it an intercontinental ballistic missile test, with official briefings and media coverage highlighting ranges anywhere from 5,500 to even 8,000 kilometers. That comfortably crosses the technical threshold for an intercontinental ballistic missile test, which is 5,500 kilometers. Yet, in this latest round, India called it an intermediate range ballistic missile. Why the downgrade? Some analysts suggest it's a deliberate attempt to soften criticism while still keeping capabilities intact. The timing of this test is also hard to ignore. It came right after India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval met with China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi, and just before PM Modi's planned visit to Beijing. This sequence suggests the launch was more than just routine military testing. It was a signal, a way for India to approach China from a position of strength. But let's zoom out. Missiles like the Agni-V are not just about deterring neighbors. With ranges that potentially reach Washington, Moscow, Brussels, and of course Beijing, these weapons clearly indicate ambitions that go beyond South Asia. In fact, India often refers to this system as a semi-intercontinental ballistic missile test, a careful branding choice meant to reduce backlash even while demonstrating global reach. And it's not just land-based missiles. India's naval modernization program, particularly the development of nuclear-powered submarines equipped with long-range ballistic missiles, has further nuclearized the Indian Ocean. This introduces a dangerous new layer of complexity to regional security. One of the key triggers of New Delhi's missile fever was India's accession to the Missile Technology Control Regime, MTCR, in 2016. Membership of the MTCR opened the door to advanced technologies and dual-use equipment, which rapidly expanded India's arsenal. On the one hand, the Agni-V is edging closer to full operational deployment, with ranges estimated between 5,500 and 8,000 kilometers. On the other hand, work on the Agni-VI is already underway, reportedly pushing beyond 10,000 kilometers and adding multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles, or MIRVs. Put simply, India is charting a clear path toward intercontinental strike option. Now, it's important to look at how these developments are framed domestically. Indian policymakers and commentators often present missile tests as symbols of national pride, technological progress, and international prestige. What tends to be downplayed, however, are the destabilizing consequences, both for South Asia and for global security at large. This narrative building risks normalizing India's long-range missile program in international discourse, while obscuring the fact that such systems fuel arms race dynamics and heighten great power rivalries. So what does this all mean in the bigger picture? India's pursuit of intercontinental missile capabilities reflects ambitions that go well beyond regional security. If unchecked, these advancements threaten to undermine strategic stability not only in South Asia, but across the global security system. And where does Pakistan fit into all of this? While the Agni-V is not designed exclusively with Pakistan in mind, Islamabad cannot ignore the implications. Policy options include prioritizing the development of MIRV and ballistic missile defense penetration technologies, building narratives that highlight India's selective compliance with MTCR commitments, and investing in cyber electronic warfare and counter-space capabilities to offset India's expanding missile and space assets. In short, India's missile modernization is not just a regional issue, it's a global one. Whether framed as intermediate-range ballistic missile or intercontinental ballistic missile test, the Agni-V underscores New Delhi's determination to project power far beyond its neighborhood. The real question is how the world, and especially regional actors like Pakistan and China, choose to respond. So what's your take? Is India reshaping its missile identity for optics, or is this a genuine step towards global power projection? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Allah Hafiz.